Hello and welcome to this review for the board game Pan Am. I myself worked at an airport before the pandemic, and my partner is actually a big fan of aviation. We have stuff like this around the house, so for us both this was an interesting theme, and I think the Pan Am logo is quite well known around the world. The airline, of course, doesn't exist anymore, but yeah, it's still quite famous. And since I'm doing a review on it, you know that in my opinion, uh, I think it's good. It's a good game, otherwise I would not be doing a review on it. So let's start. It's a game made by Funko. Well, it's published by Funko Games, and it's made by Prospero Hall. You might think like, oh, that's a fun name for a person, Prospero Hall. Well, it is a fun name, but it's not a person. It's a collective of board game designers. I I have to do some research on it. I don't know if it's two people or three people or a whole office full of people. I don't know, but it's a group of people. It's more than one person, and they decided to come together and make board games. I did another one of them recently, and that was Groundhog Day, the game, a small cooperative game. I also did a review because I liked it. It was a good game. It is a good game. Um, so yeah, Prospero Hall, they make more games with familiar themes. I think also Back to the Future from the film, um, and a bunch of other ones. But so far they're all good. They get good reviews. They're received quite well. Same as Pan Am. I think it's very good. The only thing about it, and that was the same with Groundhog Day, is that they don't sell the game in shrink wrap, like the plastic all around it. It just has four small sticky stickers on the sides. It makes me a little nervous. I'm a very clumsy person. I'm so scared that I'm going to peel and the cardboard is going to come off. I'm the type of person that something like that would happen to, very likely. So Funko Games, do whatever you want, but my preference is please put it in shrink wrap that I can just pull off without knowing I'm not going to damage the box at all. Not quite sure what the difference is in environmentally friendly, but I think both are plastic. Yeah, so it's up to you, but if it were up to me, don't use the stickers anymore. So I get nervous of that. What's inside the box is fun, of course. The planes. You can't make a game about an airline company without games, although none of the players are Pan Am. The game is Pan Am playing against you. But yeah, these are fun, and they also have this little helpful thing on the wings that they help you during the game to understand what is what. The manual, the rule book, also very nice. You think, oh, it's quite a lot, but no, there's not much, not that much text in it. A lot of pictures, and very clearly explained. And I also thought it was fun that they have these old-fashioned airline staff pictures in them that give a little bit of text on how to help you for your first game or examples. So nice. And the game board itself, you know, I like big boards, so this is a nice one. The only criticism I have on this one, my point, is that I think there are too many fonts, the letter types, the fonts. But that's me, that's my opinion. As you can see, they just use certain fonts for this. Well, I think that's already two different ones. I'm not quite sure, but they look a bit similar, so that's fine. Then you have the Pan Am one here at the bottom. That's already a different font. Thematically, yeah, sure, it fits, but still another font. And then I think here in the middle, let me open it up. Here it says event. That is like a calligraphy font. Again, thematically correct, because you put cards here that are like a newspaper headline. So it fits, but in my opinion, it's a bit much. There's already a lot on the board, and to have all these different types of fonts, it's like it looks busy, it looks messy. Again, it's a minor detail, definitely not blocks the fun in playing the game at all. But that's just an artwork thing. As a whole, I thought the game board was a bit loud with multiple fonts on one board. Yeah, that's it for the contents. Everything else that was in there was fun as well. If you don't know how to play this game or what everything else looks like, please watch my tutorial. I think after watching the tutorial, you've got a perfect sense on how to play this game. Plus, you get to see everything that is in the game, all the stuff, the little cards, the little airports, the player figures, the engineers. So yeah, that's it, because I'm not going to fully explain how the game goes in this review. So let's get to the gameplay. I am very positive about it. It is a light game, and that's why I'm positive about it, because every once in a while you get these board games that are fun to play for experienced players, but those are the type of games that you can also pull out for people, friends who are willing to play a game with you, but as long as it's a bit on the lighter side, nothing too complicated, something that takes 3 hours. And sometimes you have people who don't know board games at all, and they can be introduced to a certain game that'll make them think like, oh, board games are fun. Like 25 years ago, that was Catan, Settlers of Catan. That was a game that like opened up a whole new golden age for board games. And you also have Ticket to Ride. It's a very famous game, and those types of games they do really well. They sell still today. I mean, again, Catan is from 25 years ago. Ticket to Ride is also older, but not that old. But they sell up until today. They keep selling hundreds and thousands of games. They've sold millions worldwide so far. So that's what that type of game can do. A very recent one is called Wingspan. Personally, I still think it's a slightly bit more complicated than Ticket to Ride or Catan, but it's it's a very complicated game. And again, that was a game that did very well and is still doing very well from a Stonemaier game, so good. This one can be that game, in my opinion. I think this could be that game that millions of households all over the world could have to break out now and then. And this is the game experienced players can also have and enjoy playing, and introduce to friends who like lighter games or are not familiar with board games as well. So my criticism on that is that Pan Am gives the illusion that it's more complicated than it actually is. At least that's my experience so far. I've played it 4 or 5 times. I'd say 3 times with 2 players and twice with 3 players. And every time the person who plays it for the first time, like me, my partner, that one third player and that other third player, all had the expectation that there was more, that there were consequences, that things are more difficult than they seem. Yeah, and that's not the case. It really is a very easy game. You don't have to be afraid of losing certain things if you get rid of particular cards. I'll show you what that is, and that's mostly getting roots. Let's break out the board again. Yeah, let's, for example, let's take this big one here. This is a very big root. Oh, and it's only 3, actually. But yeah, this is a city, this is a city, and this is a route between 2 cities. And what you do is you place a plane here, one of your airplanes, and then it's yours. It is your route. The thing is, first off, getting that route, it's like, but how does that work? That's already slightly complicated, even though it's not. actually. It's quite simple. It's like you can have like, if you want landing rights here, thematically perfectly correct. If you need landing rights in both places, if you have landing rights, build an airport. That's very easily done, super simple. If this space has no airport, then just go to the action that lets you build an airport. You pay a little bit of money, you pay an airport, and then for the rest of the game, you have landing rights in that place. The second one is have a card that literally says the name of the city. Boom, you have permanent landing rights. And then you have the two options that are temporary landing rights. But that word already makes it sound complicated. Temporary landing rights. That makes it seem like you can lose it. Once you've built your plane here, that if you do something, it's going to get taken away. No, not really. If another player can steal it from you, perhaps. Yeah, this is, you can't really see it, but it's purple, it's dark purple. If you don't have this particular city, but you have another purple card, just discard it, and boom, you have landing rights there. Or maybe you have two red cards. Discard two red cards if you want, or two green cards, doesn't matter. And boom, you have landing rights. And if you have both, you can throw away 4 cards if you want, and you can place your plane there. And then this is yours. It'll stay yours. Another player can't just take it away from you. So that's already complicated. But then, yeah, once you have it, you're also expecting more. You're thinking, oh, so I have my route there. I've got this card for that particular city. So I need to hold on to that card. Otherwise, I'm going to lose the route. No, you're not going to lose it. It's yours. You can throw away that card, but that route is still yours. You don't lose it. And that's actually a very good tactic. Just get rid of cards, because that lets you get more planes on the board, and that's good because that'll give you more money. Yeah, so that is my major issue with this game, that it's so easy, and it deserves to be one of those games that get sold millions all over the world, and light board gamers or people who don't know board games will start liking board games even more because of Pan Am. It just sounds so complicated with the landing rights and temporary, and yeah, the fear of losing a particular route. Yeah, I think that's a bit of a waste, but I guess there's nothing to do. This is how the game goes, and maybe the makers of Pan Am probably didn't even intend it to be the new Ticket to Ride. Of course, they wanted to sell somewhat, and I think it's done quite well within the board game world. I've seen it come by a lot on social media. Yeah, that's one thing. And for the rest, yeah, I don't want to say anything about all the things that are nice, because we're already going almost on 15 minutes, I see. It's a fun play for me as an experienced gamer. I enjoyed it. It's a nice play. It's not too long. It's not too short. It's not childishly simple. You have a strategy. You've got tactics. You can do stuff. It's definitely not based on random. There's no rolling of well, there is a die, but you don't have to roll a die and then move your thing. You're in charge of what you want to do. So yeah, a very good game. I'm very positive about it. And yeah, there's nothing to do about changing that it seems more complicated than it is. And maybe that's only for just a coincidence that it was for me and the 3 other people I played the game with. But the only thing I can say about it is don't let it scare you away. Don't let it stop you from putting it on the table for players who like a light game. Give it a try. I think they will like it. I can't imagine they won't. So yeah, big thumbs up for Pan Am. A very fun game, and I hope it keeps coming and more people will give it a try, so that maybe in 25 years from now we can still say Pan Am. You can still buy it because it's one of those games. It's an evergreen. It's what you want. That's what they call it. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I hope you found it a helpful review. Thank you for watching, and see you for the next one.